So clicking on target, you will see a very different form than we used previously. The reason for that is that I wanted to achieve a functionality where you can easily compare different strategies if you have an idea where the underlying will go to. So you will have to have like a target price in mind. That's why it's called target, and the target expiration. So let's see how it works. Let's choose SPY again. And let's assume that, for example, by the end of this month, I think SPY will go to around 410. And I'm looking for a reward to risk from 0 to 10,000, leave it the default value. Here you can customize the calendar diagonal settings. Here you have to define the expiration difference as used before on calendar and diagonal tabs. Here you can set the horizontal skew, and for diagonal there are different settings as well, because you have to set the strike differences and the type of diagonal. So in terms of call, if you are using call, you can have a bear call diagonal and a bull call diagonal. And if you want to further customize, you can change from the calendar diagonal settings here to differ for diagonal in terms of the skew and expiration. If it should be the same, just leave it like that. And for butterfly, you also have to define the strike differences, the type of butterfly, if it's a broken wing butterfly, and also set the CW. For vertical, it's easy because the only thing you need to specify is the strike differences. Down here, you can specify the different Greeks, like the delta has to be positive, negative, or all, and you can set the same settings for all of this here, and the usual minimum volume. So let's say, for example, the strike difference should be like 5, and if you set 5 in here, it will copy to all the strike differences input fields, but you can later on change it, for example, to 10 for butterflies and verticals to 3. And let's see if we find anything with these settings. As you can see, we have found calendar, butterfly, and vertical. There are no diagonals with these settings. It's probably because of the strike difference. So what if we change it to 0? It will copy to all the other ones, like butterfly, verticals, to be 0. And let's look for with the combination. Here are the results. As you can tell from the strike difference using 0, there are different strike differences like 18, 17, 8, 7, 6, whatever on butterfly, and on the vertical side as well. So this way, NinjaSpread will show you what are the possible strategies if you have an expiration and the target price in mind. If you want to further refine it, let's say we are only looking for 100% reward to risk. Let's look for that. We still have a lot in here. Minimum volume should be 1, which is not a problem for SPY. And let's say that we are only looking for positive theta and positive delta positions or strategies. There are no diagonal, butterfly, and verticals. Probably it's because positive delta was set. Let's go back to all. And butterflies and verticals are also not found, yes, because of the positive theta. If we go back to all, you will see all the results. Now we can combine different expirations with different strikes. So let's say we are thinking about these 3 expirations and like these 3 target prices. And now look for those. And as you can see, you have different calendars, different configurations, and you also have different expirations for different strikes. How it works is that for calendars, I'm looking for 405 as the target price as defined in here, 410, 415 as defined here, and also for diagonals, those are the target prices. So 405, 410, 415, 405, 415. Butterfly is the same, but using the target price as the short strike, the middle strike of the butterfly. And obviously for verticals, that's the short strike in the vertical spread. Let's go back and change the expiration difference to 3, 4, and 5 in terms of the SPY expiration differences. And the strike difference should be like 0 again. And let's see what it's coming up with. There will be a lot of results, I guess. Yes, a lot. Many calendars, diagonals, butterflies, because we used 0. Oh my God, that's a lot. We have many types of intervals in here for vertical, like 20, 19, 19, whatever. So I guess we should further refine reward to risk, at least 200. We still got a lot, but for verticals, it's a little bit shorter list. We can later on say that we are only interested in positive theta positions. Then obviously verticals will not be found. See, there are no results for verticals, but we are still finding butterflies with these settings. Let's say we are looking only for positive delta positions. Calendar, diagonal, and butterflies still work. And let's say we are picky and we only are looking for 500% reward to risk. There are no diagonals, obviously, for understandable reasons. Calendar, butterflies, and no verticals. Now let's say we are only looking for backward dated time spreads. See, there are only negative skews in here. Still no diagonal because we used 500. Let's lower it to, for example, 300. And let's see if we get anything for diagonals. Still nothing for diagonals. Let's go back to 200 just for example purposes. Yeah, there are diagonal spreads again. The lowest is 225. If you want to hide some of the columns, this is a column selector here. You can, for example, hide range, or you can hide delta, or you can hide any of the columns in here. So this is how the target scanner functionality works.